evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Driving home tonight. Hopefully I'll have enough daylight left to make this video before it gets dark. But anyway, I'm driving in the Tacoma, the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Lots of words. And I had a couple questions. What do I miss? What do I miss now that the Rebel is gone? Since I've traded the Rebel, what do I miss? Do I miss anything? Do I have any regrets? No, first of all, I don't have any regrets. What do I miss? There are some things I miss. Obviously, the Tacoma is a smaller truck. I don't have the towing capacity that I had before, but I don't tow anything, so I don't really care. So I guess I don't really miss that. The power difference between the two. I mean, the Rebel was a Hemi, a V8, 5.7 liter. The Tacoma is not. It's a 6-cylinder. I don't even remember what the horsepower is. Below 300. And it certainly is noticeable. I mean, in the Rebel, when you stomped on the gas, it was very responsive. It would go. Now, that's not to say that the Tacoma doesn't go, but it doesn't go as quickly as the Rebel did. I mean, that truck was fast. It was fast, and it was powerful. Maybe too powerful. A few videos I had made on the Rebel, I talked about the tires. And problems that I had with traction. Maybe it was just too powerful. Well, you're never too powerful, but more powerful. How's that? Do I miss that? Yeah, I like power. I like off-the-line power, and I do miss that a little bit. Is that a deal killer? Am I going to run to the dealer and beg for my Rebel back? Which I don't believe is for sale anymore. Anyway, but no, I'm not going to do that. It is a loss, but it's not substantial enough to be a deal breaker for me. Interior room. That I do miss. I don't miss it so much as the area that I'm sitting in, the driver's area, if you will. But I do miss the overall volume of space that you have inside the Rebel as compared to the Tacoma. I've talked about it in other videos, but you know, hauling stuff inside the cab in the back, particularly groceries from the grocery store. You know, I used to be able to put the seats up in the Rebel, which I did most of the time. I rarely had the seats down. And then I could put the groceries on the floor. They'd all fit, no problem. Not the case in the Tacoma. I usually have to put groceries on the seat, maybe a couple things on the floor back there. And I don't really like putting things on the seats because if you ever have any kind of a leak or anything, you know, from whatever you're buying, that would be a drag. So I do miss that a little bit. Again, not a deal breaker, but it'd be nice if there was a little more room inside the cabin area of the Tacoma. Appearance. You know, I would rate the two in my eyes as just about equal. You know, people have asked me, well, don't you miss the looks of the Rebel? I mean, it's an awesome looking truck. And it is an awesome looking truck. I would agree with that. But so is the Tacoma in my mind. The Tacoma has the scoop, which I really like, functional or not, which of course it's not. But then again, the Rebel had the two little fake scoops, vents, whatever you want to call them. Those weren't real either. So if you're looking at them, you know, side by side, 1-to-1, you really have to call that about even. Neither one is functional. I do like the appearance of the scoop that's on the Tacoma better. I really do. You know, once you peel off all the stickers and chrome and all that crap that came on the Tacoma, I actually think it's a little better looking myself. Pretty cool. Options wise, You know, the Rebel was loaded. It was loaded with technology, and it was loaded with options and all kinds of stuff. Well, guess what? So is the Taco. It's loaded with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I do miss the fact that I don't have a driver's seat that's height adjustable. You know, I can't go up and down. Even if I did, there's not a big difference from where my head is to the ceiling in the Tacoma. So even if I could go up and down, I wouldn't be able to go up and down much. So I don't know that there'd be any real benefit for me in the Tacoma having a height adjustable seat. I suppose if you could lower it, but the angle in this truck is such that if you did lower it, you'd almost be sitting, you know, like this, almost laying down, because it's a weird angle. It is a weird angle. Do I miss that between the Rebel and the Tacoma? You know, the Tacoma sat more like a chair, like a seat, if you will. Whereas the Rebel rather, did I say Tacoma? I meant the Rebel. Sat more like this. The Tacoma sits more like this, if that makes sense. You're more reclined from the waist down in the Tacoma as compared to the Rebel. I do miss that a little bit. It's a little, takes a little bit to get used to, I must admit. But, no real big deal. There's only one thing that I say I really miss, or that I would say I really miss, between the Rebel and the Tacoma. And this is only due to the lovely winters that we have where it's cold. It's cold here right now. When I leave in the morning, it's in the teens. If there's a wind chill, it's even colder. And that is the heated steering wheel. That was nice. Having that heated steering wheel in the winter in the Rebel, as combined with the heated seats, which the Tacoma does have. And I will say the heated seats in the Tacoma are much stronger, are much hotter than they were in the Rebel. That's nice. They get hot really fast, and they're pretty hot, almost to the point of being uncomfortable, which is okay. When I'm freezing, I like that. So the only thing, again, that I really miss, I guess, is the heated steering wheel. And that's just due to a seasonal thing. It's nice to have that when it's really cold outside. It just makes it feel warmer in the cabin quicker, in my opinion. Not to mention that V8 did seem to heat up a little faster than the Tacoma does, but it has a smaller motor, a smaller engine. It takes a little longer to heat up because it doesn't have all that oomph behind it. You know what I mean? Anyway, just wanted to get on here. A couple people have asked me, don't you miss the Rebel? Would you go back to the Rebel? I don't know that I ever like to go back. Although, I say that, this is my third Tacoma, so you never know. I might go back to the Rebel someday. We'll see. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. As usual, please click subscribe if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good night. Bye.